Hello, I'm Bruce Zimmerman, and this is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about some new woody plants that is going to be available in 2019 in garden centers in Ontario. So you want to be able to take a look at them and decide if you have the spot for them. And a lot of these are improved or different, so we want you to start buying some of the newer things, like Hills of Snow and Annabelle hydrangeas are long since past it, okay? The first one, for that matter, we're going to do is a hydrangea. It is a paniculata moonrock, so it is a panicle type hydrangea. It's got creamy blooms that sort of emerge with a intense lime green center. They're both sort of different, unusual, elegant, and it's part of the easy blooming section. It grows 4 to 6 feet tall and wide with sturdy red stems and a hardiness of zone 3, so that's going to be excellent. It's going to help with people landscaping farther north. They are from Van Bell Nurseries in British Columbia. Now, Hydrangea paniculata berry white. This also is a panicle hydrangea. This one is going to be white, which fades to pink, and then actually deepens into a full red. Now, this means that they're on the ground and you're raking them up and giving them away to people. So you've got a problem. Don't go and give this one away, that's for sure. Grows from hardiness is zone 3 and Sheridan Nurseries is the producer. Then we have one I always avoided in my gardens and in my landscape designs. This is Prunus triloba simplex, pink frosting. Now, this is a flowering almond. It produces lots of showy single pink flowers that completely covers the plant in early spring. The flower buds are really hardy, which is one of the issues I had with it. And they do produce the flower buds for next year in the previous fall. The blooms reach right to the tips of the branches, even in the coldest winters. This one is going to be good as a hedge, mass planting, or even as a specimen. Until I get to see and experience this one, I would not go and decide to put in a hedge or make that big a commitment. I would like to see it grow in my garden, so there's just a little bit of advice. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying brown rot always gets them. We don't have anything to control brown rot but dormant spray, and so that might also be the thing to do each spring, or actually, each spring. Its mature height is 3 meters, and its spread is 2 meters, and its hardiness is zone 2B. It's from Byland Nurseries, and I think you're going to like that one. I'm hoping, okay? I really am. Potentilla. I like Potentillas. Potentilla's been one of my favorite shrubs simply because it was always compact, neat, easy to trim, and gives you lots of flowers throughout the summer and early fall. This particular Potentilla is a fruticosa. It is Bella bellissima, and the abundance of rich pink flowers is excellent. It's more towards the top and away from, let's say, nibbling. The plant itself is tidy, it's compact, which is always good. It's part of the easy blooming portfolio, and it's about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. This is why I like to use this one, because it tucks in nicely. So you can, and because it's a little shorter and smaller, you can bring it towards the front so people can actually see them opening up each time. Just, by looking, it's easy enough to do. From Van Bell Nursery. So look for that in your garden centers this coming spring. I think you're going to find that this one will go very quickly. Hydrangea Macrophylla Summer Crush. Now, this is a big leaf hydrangea. Summer Crush has a profusion of raspberry, red, or maroon purple of all amateur all summer long. The hydrangea has dark green glossy leaves, resists wilting in the summer heat, which is always an issue with a lot of hydrangeas. So it'll fit nicer into a garden setting or into containers. It grows 18 to 36 inches tall and wide, and it's hardy to zone 4. So from Bailey Nurseries and Sheridan Nurseries. Both are growing this particular hydrangea. Now, from Plants Nova, you're getting Hydrangea Paniculata Magical Candle. Now, this is a very intense porcelain white flower in a cone shape. It is an excellent one. It will eventually turn to yellow in the fall, like many of them do anyways. And they are pretty, good for cutting. And I think you're going to like this particular one. Because the pink is good and strong and the head is thick. It's not like you're seeing through the head of the flower. It's always very, very nice. Magnolia. Now this is called Genie. It has black-red buds that open up to a small tulip shape. And they do mean tulip shape, by the way. Blooms. And they are very rich, dark, maroon purple. And I think in New Zealand it's going to have to be a little hardier. Yes. Genie grows in height to about 3 to 4 meters and a spread of 2 meters. So really compact compared to what you see in the really old magnolias in the containers. Wigelia. This is another one of my plants that I'm not thrilled with. Had some success, but not a lot. The Wigelia Electric Love. It's red, of course. It's got very dark foliage, and it sort of helps to set off the red Wigelia. It gets 2 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet wide. It's hardy to zone 4, and it's from Van Bell Nurseries. The next one is another one that I'm not thrilled on, which is Physocarpus. And this one is 9 bark. It is called Little Joker. I don't like 9 barks. I don't know why. I think they're ugly. But that's a personal opinion. There's a lot of people who love them, so be aware. Slow growing, compact shrub, which means you're going to have to pay more money for it because it is slow growing to get it up to size. The foliage is more green purple, and the stems are maroon. And though, of course, the flowers are white. The hardness is 3B. Don't surprise you'll run across these. But they could be very colorful, but also nice in the garden when properly suited. And you do, in my opinion, need good air movement for this particular plant. Another one, Let's do Potentilla fruticosa Happy Face Hearts. This is another one of the little shrub Potentillas. It's from Sheridan Nurseries, and it's got these nice little sweet pink flowers which are accented with a white star in the center of each. It's healthy. It is such that it's a good one if you're going to sort of cover up your bed because of the size. It will do a nice job. Hardiness is zone 2, and it blooms from spring till fall. I think you'll like all of that. Okay, next one is one that you're not going to probably see, but it is being produced by Byland's Nurseries. It is a Japanese elm. Now, Japanese elm, all the bugs got it. Okay. Well, they're killing all the trees. Now, the hybrid is a Night Rider. That's the name of this one. It's a hybrid cross between the Japanese and the Siberian elm, which grows like a weed, and that's exactly what it is, a weed. Upright in its habit round some good plants that are interesting. Hardy, it's got a cold hardiness, and of course in the fall the foliage turns purple. So you've got an interesting plant that turns purple in the fall. It has a lot of disease resistance and egg resistance, and I think you're going to like this one. Mature height is 12 meters with a spread of 10 meters. The Japanese elm is going to be hardy to zone 3, and it's from Byland Nurseries. Now, the next one is Prunus Titan. This is an English laurel. It's got great foliage. It's very, very pretty. It's got bronze new shoots that keep their color for a long period of time, because usually they go right into the green. The flowers are white and they appear in the spring. It is a broad, upright, and bushy growth shrub. It grows to a height of 1.25 meters and a spread of 1 meter. Exposure to sun and part shade is acceptable. What I find is you really want this one into a little more protected area for winter, and make sure that you do give it full sun to part shade. Hardiness is zone 5, and it's from Hillen Nurseries. If you want a plant that people don't readily recognize and you want to put it in, and of course it's fairly large, so it's going to go back a little bit, this one is excellent. And even though it's a prunus, and everybody's going to say it's a plum or whatever, cherries are all in that one, this one is really a laurel, and this is an English laurel. There is one more. There is a Physocarpus Fireside. This is a 9-bark. Again, I'm not big on them, but they are getting more and more disease resistant and better looking. It is a first edition selection from Bailey Nurseries. Fireside is got a reddish new growth that matures to a deep red-purple foliage. Okay, there's an advantage right there. It holds its color reliably all summer. The pinkish-white flowers bloom in spring, and the foliage turns a deep purple in the fall. The plant has got a rounded, upright shape. It's hardy to zone 3, so it's really tough. And it is from Bailey Nurseries. And you may want to try this one. Make sure you put it into the sun and make sure you get it out of winter wind. But I think also you'll find that this one needs air movement. Okay, I don't want you going just sticking it anywhere. I'm Bruce Zimmerman. This is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week.